No. Please. No, don't! Someone help me!
Did you hear that? That gasping wail? It chills me to the bone even now. And that desperate man fighting for his life. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. First things first. My name is Jenny Watson. The time, 1889. The place, London, England. A lovely, quiet Wednesday morning. Or so I thought at the time. Stay close now. Don't wander off in the dark. There's so much more to come.
Is this Sherlock Holmes? Oh, sorry. Is he the right man for this job?
By all reputation, the very best. Brilliant mind, so I'm told. Ah, here we are.
Not a moment too soon.
As I mentioned a moment ago, it was a quiet Wednesday morning. Shirley and I were studying for our university exams. Oh dear, Uncle Sherlock's not going to like that very much. I had just finished making some tea when the door chimed, rang, buzzed, whatever it is called. Come in.
Sherlock Holmes, please. Tom Dr. Maxine Mortimer is here with Sir Henry Baskerville and Harry.
Hi there.
Yes, hi. Do come in. He had the prettiest eyes.
No time for a floating young lady. We haven't much time.
Yes, I'm sorry. My Uncle Charles, he died recently of the family curse.
Good heavens.
Sir Henry arrived from North America today to take over the family estate, so we're in a big hurry. Oh! A family curse, did you say?
I did, yes. A curse from the past, the Hound of Baskervilles.
We need the brilliant mind of Sherlock Holmes this very instant. No time to waste.
Uncle Sherlock isn't here, I'm afraid. He's letting us use his flat while we're studying for our exams. I'm his niece, Shirley Holmes.
Nice to meet you, I guess.
Did you say Uncle Sherlock?
Yes, she did. He's somewhere in Europe by now. Italy, I believe. He's with my Uncle John.
Uncle John?
Dr. John Watson, yes. They're colleagues, best friends. Inseparable, really. I'm Jenny Watson, how do you do?
If the famous Sherlock Holmes isn't here, then who will solve this diabolical mystery?
Diabolical, did you say? Then perhaps we can help. Nothing like a diabolical mystery to tweak the imagination, eh, Jenny?
Anything's better than studying for exams. I'm in.
No offense, ladies, but this is a job for real detectives. Strong, intelligent, afraid of nothing.
No offense taken, Sir Henry, but you are talking to the best and the brightest.
Oh, he is?
As for intelligent, Jenny is studying to be a doctor like her famous Uncle John.
Indeed I am. And Shirley here is studying logic and philosophy, so she can follow in Uncle Sherlock's faithful footsteps.
And as for straw, well,
Okay.
Bad things happen when it gets dark, Sir Henry.
Ow.
Again, it has to be prepared.
Ow. Okay, well, how about we give these little ladies a shot, Dr. Mortimer? Time is of the essence.
Well, if you're half as good as your uncle.
oh, trust me, Dr. Mortimer, it's all in the DNA.
The DNA, you say? What's that?
Oh, another time perhaps, but first, the curse. Let's all go together.
Go where?
Oh, her mind palace. I forgot. You show her all the details and she'll show everything to you in her mind palace.
Oh, what?
Don't worry about it.
Just watch. Well, it all began in 1742, one dark and stormy night, when the vile and terrible Hugo Baskerville sat brooding with his henchmen in Baskerville Hall.
Is he the ugly, depressed, cruel-looking dandy with the devilish sneer on his face?
How can you tell?
It's a talent, Dr. Mortimer.
Hugo had fallen in love with the local maiden, but she refused his advances.
No, never.
But Hugo would take no, never for an answer.
I cannot live without her! Bring it to me now! Go!
Go, me! Go!
Oh, what a foolish man. Go ahead and put up business upstairs.
The worst is yet to come.
Jenny?
But very bad.
Alright, boys, it's time for my good night kiss.
Oh, Harry! I'll climb out the window! Sorry, came in on me.
She's escaped! Put the hounds upon her! Down! I give my body and soul to the powers of evil to recapture my maiden!
It was a terrible night. Rain was falling. The hounds were howling. Soon, Hugo and his hounds were out of sight. His henchmen lost the trail and asked two shepherds if they had seen Sir Hugo go by.
Hugo Baskerville passed us not long ago. His eyes were crazed, and running behind him was a massive hound of such evil proportions that we fell to our knees and prayed to the saints for our deliverance.
As Hugo's henchmen went forward, their skins turned cold. With their pistols raised, they approached the rim of a small clearing where, in the cold light of the moon, the fair maiden had fallen dead from fear and fatigue. Then, a sudden movement caught their eyes. A great, black, foul thing, a beast shaped like a hound, larger than any mortal I had ever seen before, and its teeth were tearing at the throat of Hugo Baskerville. It was a horrid sight to see. Hugo so dead and lifeless. Then, the beast's red, blazing eyes turned upon Hugo's henchmen, who ran away across the moor screaming for their dear lives.
What a fantastic story. And I can tell Shirley is as excited by the danger as well as I am, right?
And amusing little fairy tale, Dr. Mortimer. But what does it have to do with Sir Henry?
Ever since that night, the men of Baskerville Hall had died in bloody, often mysterious ways.
Is that a fact?
Indeed. And then, a few months ago, poor Sir Charles took a late-night walk down his garden path.
More pieces of the puzzle.
Each evening before bed, Sir Charles was in the habit of taking a walk around his garden.
Stretch my legs and smoke a cigar.
I told him about the cigars, with his heart palpitations and all.
But with the bloody curse of anybody dying, well, needed something to calm my nerves. No.
Don't! Someone help me!
Poor little Charles.
I was called to the garden about an hour after his body was discovered by Barrymore, his butler. Cardiac exhaustion. That mask of horror on his face. I can't get it out of my mind.
I want you to recall the events of that night exactly, Dr. Mortimer. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any details?
Yes, a few yards away from the body, I found some footprints.
Footprints? Oh dear. I'm so sorry.
Footprints, yes, but not human footprints.
Not human footprints. I don't like the sound of that.
Really, Dr. Mortimer? What are you saying? Not human footprints? Can it be so?
You're a city girl, Miss Holmes. You don't know how treacherous the moor can be. Shepherds have seen a huge creature, luminous, ghastly, a supernatural apparition spewing fire from its gaping jaws.
Supernatural? Keep it together, Dr. Mortimer, you're a woman of silence.
The footprints were those of a gigantic...
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm just fine, you know? I think I saw something back here.
The gigantic hound, Miss Holmes. I know what I saw.
Paw prints. Is that what you're telling us, Dr. Mortimer? The prints of a...
I am, yes. Forgive me. The terror on Sir Charles's face is unnerving.
Dr. Mortimer, was that gate open or closed?
Closed and padlocked, yes.
This whole fence is only about a metre and a half tall, surely. Anyone could have climbed over it.
Excellent deduction, Miss Watson.
Sir Charles was at least by the gate for 5 or 10 minutes, by the way. The ash had twice dropped from the cigar.
Out. Standing, Dr. Mortimer. Nothing more to see here. Anyone for a spot of tea?
That sounds lovely.
What's were you stepping next time, young lady? Something's been dead body, man.
Well, that was exciting.
So, you're the last of the Baskervilles, eh?
Sir Charles never married. His brother, Roger, black sheep of the family and spitting image of Sir Hugo, by the way, fled to South America. Died of yellow fever. Never married.
Sir Charles' younger brother, my father, died about 20 years ago.
But why do you want to reside at Baskerville Hall when all the men who've lived there met with an evil fate?
Sir Charles helped those less fortunate in the region. I wish to go there and continue his good deeds.
It's very noble of you, Sir Henry.
Well, that is if I get the chance.
As you value your life or your reason, keep away from the moors. Jenny, yesterday's Times!
Well, it was here a moment ago. I found it.
Why are you looking for yesterday's newspaper?
The lead article, the inside page, the lead article, read it to me quickly.
Looks like some international trade article or something. I can't make heads or tails.
Jenny!
Right, yes, here we go. Either you may be flattered thinking that your own special industry or your own trade will...
That gives us the words you, your, or, and another your. Is the word value there?
Word value, yes. Diminish the value up.
Now the word reason. Is it there?
Yes, it stands to reason that such...
Now the words keep, away, and as.
Yes, they're all here. I found a line, too. All of them except for more. I can't find the word more.
Well, it's written in longhand. Why is that?
It's not that common of a word. It would take too much time to search throughout the entire edition.
Excellent, Jenny. The villain only had time to read the first article he found.
Or she found.
Indeed, a good point. You could be dealing with a fiendish woman.
Clever indeed, you never. As you value your life or your reason, keep away.
Thanks so very much. Excellent job all around.
How did you know the words came from yesterday's Times?
The typeface used by the printer. No other paper uses it but the Times. Uncle Sherlock taught me that, and since the Henry arrived yesterday, I deduce that the words must have come from yesterday's Times.
Your uncle taught you well.
So, up to this point, we're dealing with an educated person. But the Times is seldom found in the hands of the uneducated.
Yes, but by cutting out simple everyday words to compose the thread.
That person wants us to think that he or she is uneducated.
Precisely.
And he or she feel that his or her handwriting might be recognizable.
Excellent grammar all around, everyone. Well done.
No time for grammar lessons, everyone. You've been followed.
Wait, what followed?
No use. He's gone. A dark beard. Anyone living near Baskerville Hall with a full black beard, Dr. Mortimer?
Yes, Sir Charles's butler, Barrymore, has a full black beard.
Did Barrymore profit at all from Sir Charles's will?
Well, I haven't figured out the details of the estate yet, but
Ballpark figure, Dr. Mortimer, please. How much is the estate worth?
well, almost £5 million.
£5 million.
Yes, so someone or something doesn't want you to arrive at Baskerville, Sir Henry, and we must find out what's afoot. It's all very juicy, isn't it, Jenny?
No, I can't wait.
You won't have to wait.
I won't.
You leave on tonight's train to Baskerville Hall with Sir Henry and Dr. Mortimer.
I do?
And not you, Miss Holmes.
So I have some business to attend to here.
What business?
Stuff and things. I have a hair appointment that I can't possibly change.
Excuse me, a hair appointment?
So you have no idea how difficult it is to get a hair appointment, Sir Henry. Booked ahead for weeks. But never fear, Jenny is here.
I am. Yes, indeed. I am.
You'll send me letters by messenger as necessary. I'll join you when I can.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you both indeed. I'll see you on the train, Miss Watson.
You fancy Sir Henry, don't you, Jenny?
What? Don't be silly. He is rather good looking though, don't you think?
Stay focused now. Snoop around. Keep your eyes and ears open.
I can't exactly snoop around if my eyes and ears are closed, Shirley.
You see, you're as sharp as a tack already.
But I don't think I can do it without you.
Oh, of course you can. You have Uncle John's pistol, don't you?
Of course I do. It's in the closet, top shelf. I'm a crack shot too, you know. Uncle John taught me.
You see, girlfriend, you're up to speed and ready to rumble. Be careful. It's an ugly business. Watch your back. Hurry now, you'll be late.
So there you have it. Excitement, mystery, the Hound of the Baskervilles, and me. But surely I couldn't do it all without Shirley. Then again, maybe I could. I did want to make Uncle John proud, and I couldn't exactly do that if I snivelled and whined and made a complete boob out of myself. So I packed my things as quickly as I could and made up for Victoria Station.
There you are, you might be late.
Maybe you are right, dear.
Yes, just fine. Terrible traffic as well. I couldn't go to Carolina.
Yes, I was almost late myself. Couldn't find my little boots. Yes, the ones I wore for my trip across from America. No matter, I'm all set.
Oh, me too. Inspector. Sorry. Just a little excited as well, I suppose.
Well, welcome aboard, Miss Watson.
Thank you.
I think I'll just rest my eyes for a few moments. I've seen this all so many times.
Yeah, I really don't want to miss anything myself, but it's just all so...
Oh, they sleep. Such an adventure. Sir Henry's favourite boots, remember? When we saw just before the trip. Was it a clue? A clue to what I wanted? few hours, and right as we came in, splotchy looking with thick bushes and ugly grasses everywhere. London was behind us. We were approaching her more.
Oh, what is that? It looks like something out of a nightmare.
In the distance, against a rising full moon, we could see a jagged hilltop with dim, cold, ominous.
You always on your guard, Sir Henry. The moor is far more treacherous than your famous Rocky Mountains, I assure you.
Yes, well, I'm ready for whatever comes around the bend.
That's good, because we're here.
Evening, Dr. Cornma.
Perkins?
I can tell this, Sir Henry, that this pretty thing,
Jenny Watson.
Jenny Watson, a pleasure. I can imagine you'll be sparking things up here a little bit.
Watch your manners, man.
No harm intended, Governor. Having my fun is all. Okay, folks, let's be off to Baskerville Hall. I should probably warn you, good folks. A convict escaped from our asylum 3 days ago.
Convict?
From an asylum?
Yep, nuttier than a fruitcake.
Oh, goodness. Well, what did he do?
They say he robbed and murdered 3 people.
Oh,
Oh, but it's not all bad here. It's actually quite beautiful. There's a lovely countryside and there's so much to see and do. You'll feel right at home, Sir Henry, I promise.
Just in here.
Okay, we're almost there. Welcome home, Sir Henry. Watch your step.
Good evening, Dr. Bonwell. Right, sit to the seat.
Barrymore. This is Sir Henry Baskerville.
No, Sir Henry. Welcome to the Baskerville Hall.
And this is?
Jenny Watson, hi. Very pleased to meet you.
My wife, Elizabeth.
Jenny will be a guest of the hall for a few days.
Well, you all must be tired. I'll clean your room shortly. Let me let a hand.
so this is the family estate. Needs a little bit of sprucing up, but I can deal with that as soon as we do this Baskerville Hound situation.
Do you see how calm Mrs. Barrymore? She didn't even shake my hand. Anne Barrymore does indeed have a full black beard.
Just like the man who stopped at Holmes's window.
Exactly.
Perkins, let's be off. I'm exhausted. Good night, Barrymore. And remember, Sir Henry, the more you ever watchful.
Who's this gloomy-looking fellow up on the wall here?
Your ancestor, Sir Henry. You go Baskerville himself.
The cause of it all, eh?
There, under there, the tall Uncle Charles.
Tomorrow, I want to see where Uncle Charles died, Barrymore. I want to see his important papers, his records, everything.
As you wish, Sir Henry.
Good heavens! What was that?
So listen that dead time, Sir Henry. Some things will go to another world.
And what do you say, Barrymore?
I say, don't leave the house after darkness, Watson. Never. Are you ready, Sir Henry?
Yes, well, that's enough fun for one night, eh? Well, sleep well, Miss Watson, if you can.
Finally, alone at last. Had to make some notes. Dear Shelley, Perkins is a classic bad girl. Mrs. Barrymore is rather standoffish. Barrymore does indeed have a full black beard. Oh, and Sir Henry thinks someone stole his boots on the journey from America. More later. And that wailing thing a moment ago? Was that the lunatic? Or was it something worse, maybe? I was afraid I wouldn't be good enough for the job. And then... Hear that? Kept me up night most of the night. I tossed and I turned. I could not fall asleep. And the wind? What was I feeling here? Where was Shelley when I needed her? I finally dozed off a bit. And then boom, it was morning. Good morning, Sir Henry. Barrymore.
Good morning, Miss Watson.
Wasn't my day, Sir Henry? Oh, that wind.
Miss Watson, did you hear something last night? A woman, perhaps?
A woman last night?
Yes, she was sobbing in the night.
Yes, I did. I heard it too.
Most likely, Sir Henry. Sleep is often fit for them all.
Good morning, Mrs. Barrymore.
Good morning, Miss Watson.
Did you sleep well?
As well as could be expected, miss, but with the chill in the air.
And a lunatic on the loose.
Is Mrs. Barrymore right?
The shocking strength which I was as well. Now there won't be anything else I want to attend to.
Did you see her eyes? Already bloodshot? Something's off here, Sir Henry. Watch your back.
Yes, well, thank you for your concern, Miss Watson.
Well, we wouldn't want anything to happen to you now, would we? You being our first client, so wouldn't do much for business if you ended up dead.
Well, point well taken, I guess. Well, time to get cracking. I'm off to Sir Charles' study. More later.
I think he likes me. Don't you? Oh well, no time for romance now. Off to see the terrain. Active stuff. And wet stuff all over the place and bubbling pools of...
Stop! Don't take another step! Not that! Watch your every step, young lady, or you'll be lost forever.
Well, thank you for the warning.
Just yesterday, I saw a horse wander into that. Didn't stand a chance. The poor animal. Sucked into the muck in a matter of seconds.
How ghastly. This must be an awful place.
Well, I guess they don't call it the Murky Moor for nothing.
And what do they call you, sir?
Oh, yes, sorry. I'm... so sorry. Oh, John Stevens. I'm a naturalist in search of botanical species of infinite beauty and variety. I know every in and out of the moor.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Mr. Stapleton. My name is...
Jenny Watson. Oh, yes, I know. Your uncle is Dr. John Watson. Oh, you know, famous surgeon and companion to the really, really famous Sherlock Holmes. Dr. Mortimer and I are good neighbors. We were having tea with Maxine this morning.
Oh, and who might we exactly?
You forgot your cold medicine?
Thank you. My sister, Dorothea. This is Jenny Watson, my dear. Maxine mentioned her.
Oh, yes, very nice to meet you.
And So you've come to investigate the shocking death of Sir Charles. Too bad the fabulous duo couldn't make it instead, but oh, I'm sure you'll do your best.
Yes, well, did you know Sir Charles well?
Oh, yes, most charming. His favourite walk was on the moor over to our house.
For good company and conversation, I school up in the North Country, helping to mould young minds into the little ones. Very satisfying. Sir Charles was a great supporter of education.
But the fates were against us.
What fates might those be?
A serious epidemic broke out into the school.
3 of the boys died.
3 boys. Oh dear.
The school never recovered, but my love of nature sustains me. The most complete collection of Lepidoptera in the entire southwest of England. Butterflies and moths, mind you, also. You know your uncle would have known that, too.
You must stay venomous, Watson. Please, I insist.
You're much too kind, Miss Stapleton, but I really must get back to the hole. There's so much to do. What was that?
Just the mud circling, gurgling. Nothing to worry about.
That was no good, Mr. Stapleton. It was a living, breathing sound.
The more plays tricks on your senses, Miss Watson, that's all you're hearing. The sound of fear. I hope you know it's safer for you to know. Oh, but would you look at that? A cyclopedes. Beautiful, isn't it? That's a butterfly to you, Miss Watson. Come in soon. Bye-bye.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
Go back, Miss Watson, quickly.
Well, I was just about to.
Go back to London this instant. Take Sir Henry with you. Get away from this place now.
Well, we must discover how such.
You silly girl, believe me, it is imperative. You must leave now.
I am not a silly girl. Make no mistake about that, and I am determined to.
You are in danger, Miss Watson. Be watchful.
Did you see that look in Miss Stapleton's eyes? She knows something. And what about Stapleton's snotty tongue? Please, who can care about some silly little butterflies when they had dead bodies hither and yon? And that moaning sound? But wait, there's more. Later that night, when I'm almost asleep, I'll have you know, I hear footsteps outside my bedroom door. Don't move a muscle. They stop just outside the door, and after a moment, they continue down the hallway. Oh, what should I do? What would Shelley do?
Let's ask her.
Shelley, when did you get here?
I'm not here, I'm just in your mind.
You mean I have my own mind, Alice?
I'd follow the flickering light if I were you, Jenny. Not too close, not too far.
Of course you wouldn't. Hide it in the covers like someone would get.
Absolutely not.
You go out into the hallway and polite, follow the light. A man, very young, I think, in a cap and gown and a candle. He doesn't want to be heard.
But you heard him.
But I did. How am I supposed to explain the wandering Baskervilles hole in my bag?
You look nice.
Thank you. Paramore was waving the candle back and forth against a window.
Well, that was close. No one's gonna hear me. I'm just in your mind.
Right. Yes. I'll just go back to bed.
What was that?
Key. Finding somewhere in Baskervilles Hall. There's some secret business going on in this house of gloom, and I am going to figure out what it is.
Oh, but you are stressing out.
But I am stressing out. I'm in over my head. I need you here.
Write me a letter, girlfriend. I can't wait.
So I did too. But now, I need some sleep. Don't wander too far, and you'll find out what happens next. The Hound awaits. Dear Shelley, great news. I have a mind palace. And in it, you told me to write you a letter. So I did. Here we go. First, let's start with the review. It all began with that chiming, buzzing, that something or other with the door ringer, remember? Then, you and I met Dr. Mortimer and Sir Henry. And we all watched as the poor maiden tried to escape from Sir Hugo died, followed by the gripping death of Sir Charles. In that bumpy ride to Baskerville Hall, where we met Barrymore and his standoffish wife, and that awful Stapleton man with his snotty manners and his frightened-looking sister and all the goopy-sounding sounds of the mall. And not a wink of sleep because of Barrymore's footsteps down the hallway and all the wind. And through it all, I'm at my wit's end, Shelley. I need you here. Love, Jenny. When I finished the letter, I handed it to a messenger, jumped in the morning train, ran through the fabled streets of London.
Londoners, the time has come for women to take their rightful place in the scheme of things.
And delivered the letter to the flat.
Thank you so much, my...
For far too long, men have ruled the universe with no consideration for women's rights.
Doubling swans, snot-nosed butterfly catchers and escaped lunatics. Barrymore and the lighted candle. It felt so vivid I was right there with you.
But you're not. You're there and I'm here. It's much too much for one person to keep up with. And then there's that goofy love stuff.
What goofy love stuff?
That goofy love stuff.
No! So sorry.
I know, and I thought he'd like me too. Men. Oh well. So I'm on my way to Dr. Mortimer's house a few days ago, and there they were. Just like that. Cheek to cheek.
So you spied on them?
Of course.
Well, good for you, tell on.
Okay. So, he's smiling and she's smiling, then Sir Henry puts his arm around Miss Stapleton's waist and whispers in her ear. He's about to kiss Miss Stapleton when she pushes him away and says, "Your life is at stake, Sir Henry.
Leave Baskerville Hall tonight. Save yourself.
Then Sir Henry says, I am captivated by your presence.
I will not leave unless you leave with me.
He's about to kiss her again, just as snotty face bumbles into the scene, waving that silly looking butterfly like a madman.
What are you doing with
Now,
that?
John, please!
Don't you let her catch her! I'll catch him doing it!
Miss Daybreak pushes Sir Henry away. Snotty face leaps around like a nutcase. Miss Daybreak can't get a word in. Snotty Boys points in the direction of their house, and she runs over crying. He gives Sir Henry a good look and runs off after his sister. Poor Sir Henry. He droops his head and hangs back to Baskerville.
Well, that was exciting.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, we're going to do more intrigue.
Tell me about it. The next morning at breakfast, Sir Henry launches into his side of the story like some lovesick puppy.
Behaving like a crazy man he was, Miss Watson.
Is that so?
And all because of Dorothea. Listen, I know I've only known her a couple of weeks, but I can't help but believe that she is the woman for me.
How nice for you.
There's a light in a woman's eyes that speaks louder than words, you know?
I'll keep that in mind.
Watch it, Jenny.
She must know how I feel, but she keeps telling me to leave Baskerville Hall. Then he's about to kiss her, snotty face bumbles in with that net of his, asking me what are my intentions for his sister, and being Lord of the Land doesn't give me the right to barge into their lives.
But you protested.
I certainly did. I told him I had strong feelings for Dorothea, that I was not ashamed of my emotions.
Never.
That I thought she might honor me by becoming Mrs. Baskerville.
Dear, how nice for her. Then, you were mistaken. Whom I suspect, and you were left confused, all alone, shoulders drooping.
Yes, it's almost as if you were there.
Well, a woman's intuition is all she needs, Sir Henry.
Indeed. You're an attractive young woman, Miss Watson.
Oh, why, thank you.
Intelligent.
Yes.
You're energetic.
Mm-hmm.
You're adventuresome.
How nice of you to notice.
Would there be anything that could prevent me from becoming a good husband to a woman that I loved? Come on, both barrels, I can take it.
No. Nothing at all. You're kind, courageous, nice smile. Straight to you.
But she wouldn't let me kiss her. Why, I wonder? Could it be that I have that breath? Oh dear, do I have that breath?
About breath. Let me see, if you don't mind. I'm a professional, remember?
Jenny, what are you doing?
Well, it is most strange, but as you say, it's all professional.
A rose by any other name, it's not just as sweet. Sir Henry, your breath is lovely.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm still in the running then. You've been a great help with this goofy love stuff, Miss Watson.
Why, thank you.
You're like the little sister I never had. Well, I'm off to child's study. Stay safe.
His little sister? He doesn't even know I exist, or it's all too much for me, Shirley. Oh, by the way, Stapleton knows all about us.
He does. How?
Dr. Mortimer, she was actually out for his own breakfast with the Stapletons a few days ago. Now he wants to meet you. Learn all about the famous Uncle Sherlock.
All in good time. But I've got to get going. Keep the letters coming, girlfriend.
Wait, no, you can't leave me! Oh, where is she going? I'm drowning here. I'm falling in love with Sir Henry, who's falling in love with Stapleton. Then there's Snotty Face. Something mutual weirdo was going on with that guy. Then the rain and thunder kicked in. This stuff comes out of nowhere. The sounds and the screams. It's a nightmare. And then, when Barrymore did another candle thing, I just had to write Shirley another letter.
Women are given no authority, no power, nothing. Women are at a disadvantage in life. I say that women deserve more power and more authority. Vote for women!
What do we have this time, eh? Oaths and howls in the murky list of them all. Oh, you're having way too much fun. I'm all ears. Go.
Okay. So, a few nights ago I heard Barrymore's footsteps down my hall again. But there was someone else with him. So, after they passed my door, I went out into the hallway and ran into Sir Henry.
Excellent.
Hush!
Oh, careful, Jenny.
What was that sound?
I do not know.
What are you doing with that candle there?
Checking the window, Sir Henry.
Being sure to safe and secure is all.
Oh, move the light across the window, Jenny.
May I see this, please?
No, you can't.
Huh? Like this, Henry.
What? A tiny yellow light moving across the moor. It's a signal. Is there a plot against me, Barrymore?
No, it's all my doing, Sir Henry. It's my younger brother, Selden.
Selden? He's the escaped convict, isn't he?
He lives all alone on board, sleeps in a abandoned still hut, Sir Henry. We give him food, we just can't let him starve to death.
He's a desperate man, Barrymore. Desperate men do desperate things, and they do it in a desperate fashion.
Well phrased, Sir Henry.
We must capture him. Get your revolver, Miss Watson.
Oh, please, you can't. I love him so, Mrs. Please.
Moon bright in the sky, casting shadows all over the moor. And the mist made it so hard to see where we were going, but look, everyone, there in the distance, the glow of Selden's candle.
Keep up, everyone. We're almost there.
Please don't hurt him. He's my brother. I love him so.
It came with the wind, the silence of the night, a long, deep mutter, and a rising howl like a wounded beast.
What are you doing here? Is everyone all right? I was returning home from supper at the stables. That's when I heard it.
Oh, I'm no coward, Miss Watson. But that howl shook my very core. Is that truth to the legend, then?
It's an old wives' tale.
What about the footprints of the hound beside Sir Charles as he lay dead that night?
My brother's out there all alone. Selden!
Hey! Get it! Stop the way!
Run, brother, run!
What was I thinking? I couldn't bring myself to kill an unarmed man who so desperately wanted to live.
Thank you, Miss Watson. You're a generous heart.
Never stolen play, or catch a death and call that again.
Try again tomorrow. Won't be able to catch Selden through this boggy marsh.
Then, as we're about to return, I catch a glimpse of a figure in the far distance. It was a man in a long coat with his arms folded across his chest. Turned and shouted to Sir Henry.
Yes? What is it, Miss Watson?
I saw something, a man on that hill. But when I turned back, he was gone.
Must just be your imagination, Miss Watson.
Everyone's had to fight this, Watson. It's been a long night.
Yes. I could go for some tea, Barrymore. How about you, Dr. Mortimer? Care to join us?
Yes, thank you. A long night indeed. Rain, lightning, flashes. That man, Selden, running through the night.
And that figure on the hill. I think I know who it is.
Oh, you do? Who is it?
Soon, Jenny. What will be revealed? Just a few more odds and ends to wrap up first. You're doing wonderfully. Be well. Keep me safe.
Stop! You're leaving again! As she goes, leaving me to flounder around in the muck with an escaped whack job screaming across the moor. And what about the hound? If it exists, where does it get its food, and where does it go during the day? So many questions, and not a single answer to any of them.
Ah, Miss Watson, you've stepped into the thick of it now.
My poor brother wouldn't have to fly, Miss Watson. I know he wouldn't.
There are lonely houses all over the moor. He's a convict, he can do anything.
He's a good boy at heart, just a little slow in the head is all.
Always wanted to be liked, pick the wrong friends, fell into a bad crowd. That was his crime, Sir Henry.
They framed him, they did. Told the police he did the robbing and hit the night watchman over the head. But he couldn't have. He's not smart enough. Can't read all right. Barely count on his fingers and toes.
We leave food and clothing near the candle every night. Please, Sir Henry, say nothing to the police. In a few days' time, he'll be on his way to Australia. Then his cousin will have him there.
What a poor man. Sounds like he's been through that. What do you say, Miss Watson?
I agree. There's nothing to be gained by putting someone back into prison. Let the man enjoy his freedom.
Thank you, Miss Watson. Seldom will cause you no more trouble, I promise. Cross my heart.
Okay? One mystery solved. What's next?
Been a gentleman, of course, Sir Henry. I'd like to be the best I can for you. I know why Sir Charles was at the gate that night.
You do?
Listen to me, a woman.
A woman? What woman?
Can't give her name, but we can give her initials.
Her initials?
Her uncle sees her back in the morning of his death. No, Mr. Charles. He lived at that for a month. Then he opened the letter and began reading. Then he turned his back towards me.
I'll be all very well.
It's from a small village, a couple miles from the moor.
Addressed in a woman's hand.
I know I showed my good, but Sir Charles seems so distraught by the letter's contents that I had to catch a word or two.
My dear Sir Charles, it is my sincere hope that you
But the poor man became mumbling, and I can't hear this. Then suddenly he bent over and threw the letter into the fireplace. The winter went up in flames.
How unfortunate. In flames.
But then one day, as I went into his study to tidy up in preparation for your arrival, I discovered the letter. I did my usual, a little dusting over here, a little over there. Not necessary, really. He was such a neat and tidy man. But as I bent over to scoop up the ashes in the back of the fireplace, I discovered the letter.
good for you, Miss Barrymore.
It was mostly Charles, Sir Henry.
Rotten luck indeed.
But on one little slip of paper, you see, at the very end of the page,
Yes.
with the very bottom of the page, you could just barely make out the...
It's all
Please, please, as you're a gentleman, burn this letter and be at the gate by 10 o'clock.
Fine. Thank you. Thought you never get to it. We miss you.
Okay, so who signed the letter?
Oh, no signature, just the initials LL.
L.
We didn't want to tell you before.
An older man with a younger woman. You know how the people like to gossip.
I do understand. We've lost valuable time. We now have to figure out who this LL person is.
Well, Lyons lives 2 hills over. Being the only doctor around to get to know the neighborhood. Had a bad sinus trip last month. Hope she's recovered.
Okay, excellent. Laura Lyons it is. I'll interview her first thing tomorrow morning.
Yes, well, I'm bushed. I will see you all in the morning. Barrymore, Dr. Mortimer, Jenny.
No, Miss Watson.
Didn't sleep that much that night either. Kept seeing Sullivan leaping from rock to rock with that crazed look in his eyes, and not to be able to count your fingers and toes. Dreadful. I counted mine all night. They're still there. So, after a quick cup of tea the next morning, I set off to interview Miss Laura Lyons. Lions the next day, I felt something strange, as if the moor were holding its breath. It was so still, unnerving, really. And yes, look, there it is, the figure I'd seen on the moor. I knew I wasn't imagining. It looked vaguely familiar, but I had to figure out who it was. Wish me luck. Excuse me.
Jimmy, you found me, well done, girl.
Shelley?
You said you needed my help. Well, here I am. What do you think?
Well, it's not Halloween, you know.
Well, Uncle Sherlock does his best thinking in this get-up, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
And have you been here the whole time?
Yes, here, there, snooping everywhere. Couldn't let the villain think two great minds were at work at the same time, eh? Scare him away for sure. I took a room 3 times over. Shade area. Lovely little place. I highly recommend it.
And how did you know it was me sneaking on my knee?
Your perfume, my dear. You always put on way too much. I knew you were coming from a mile away. But we'll talk about that later. Now I must go.
When we were ushered in the parlour by a very eager-looking maid when we arrived. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Just thank you. Just nod my head and get out. I have more to say about the weather, and if I heard a large dog barking, I'm ready. Just give me a chance. We're here to interview Miss Lyons. Sorry. Sorry? What do you mean, sorry?
We're running a bit late.
Oh man, what a bummer.
What did you say to my maid?
Not now, Miss Lyons. We haven't much time.
This is Shelley Holmes, and I'm Jenny Watson. We're here to investigate the death of Sir Charles, and we'd like to ask you a few questions.
I owe a great deal to his kindness. Yes, he assisted me through a difficult situation. What business of it is yours?
What precisely was that difficult situation, Miss Lyons? Hunting for a wealthy husband, perhaps?
How dare you?
Oh, I dare a great deal. We regard this case as one of murder.
Did you ever write Sir Charles, asking him to meet you?
Certainly not. Why would I?
Please, please, as you are a gentleman, burn this letter and be at the gate by 10 o'clock. Sound familiar?
Is there no such thing as a gentleman left in the world anymore? I asked Sir Charles to burn the letter out.
He did burn the letter, but the flames went out before it consumed it, unfortunately.
Okay, I wrote the letter. I was so desperate.
Your husband gambled away all your money. Sir Charles helped you survive on your own.
My husband wouldn't give me a divorce unless I could pay him a huge sum of money to pay off his gambling debts. And I hoped that an interview with Sir Charles, he was such a generous man.
But you never showed up at the gate that night, did you, Miss Lyons? Something or someone stopped you, didn't they?
I refuse to answer any more of your questions. My life is none of your business. Please leave.
That goes for me too. I have more to say. Time to go.
Well, it wasn't her best work, but I can tell she is hiding something. Got all fidgety and wouldn't look me in the eye. So, what's next?
Well, came from over there, Jenny, quickly! yes. I recognized the coat he wore when we first met in London. Oh man.
Oh, my fault. I should have been in it. What?
His man has a beard.
So then it's Selden, the escaped convict Sir Henry's still alive.
Give me a hand.
Dreadful cross!
He's not on the ground, not Sir Henry. It's Selden, the escaped convict. Sir Henry's all right. Let me have a look.
Selden? But he's wearing Sir Henry's coat. And I found Sir Henry's scarf on the path just now. What?
Sir Henry gave him the barrel to keep Selden warm on the wall.
There are no marks that I can find.
I do believe we haven't met before, Miss.
Surely Hound's at your service.
Enjoy.
You must be snotty face.
You're Sherlock Holmes' niece, correct?
Indeed I am. Miss Watson and I heard a cry and came running.
How's did I? I was returning from Sir Henry's some state papers and needed to sign for my name's postal train.
I heard too. I was worried about Sir Henry.
Work. For what reason?
Well, I'd invited him for a bit of supper. I was rude to him last week and I wanted to make it up to him. But he never arrived. And then, his screams. I became alarmed for his safety.
His safety? Why?
Well, because of all the legends of the phantom hound that roams the moor. Isn't that why you're here, Miss Holmes? To protect Sir Henry from all the legends and superstitions?
Well, I didn't hear any hound sounds, did you, Jenny?
Hound sounds? No, not a one. There were no hound sounds around here.
Anxiety and exposure disoriented Selden, I suppose, Mr. Stapleton. He ran himself off the cliff there, most likely. Elementary deduction, really.
You know, it must be fascinating having a famous uncle for a detective, eh, Shirley? Why didn't you come to dinner sometime and delight me with all your uncle's elementary deductions? Oh, and Sir Henry as well, of course.
That's very generous of you.
Now, do you need any
No, we carry dead bodies around all the time. It's not a problem, really.
Okay, then. Oh, and one more thing, ladies. Lose your bearings, and you'll end up like Selden here. Oh, and happy Halloween to you, Miss Holmes.
We carry dead bodies around all the time! Where did that come from?
I don't know, it just came.
Ladies, let's get poor Selden back to Baskervilles. Everybody grab something.
I don't think I like that man. His tone thrilled me with all of his elementary deductions.
I don't mean violence either.
All right, let's try again. You grab that arm. You push, Jenny. Come on. Keep going. Further.
Oh my giddy aunt!
Dear me, that must have hurt.
He's dead.
Right. Yes, I found.
All right, get him under your shoulders. I'll leave you there.
Oh, really, Dr. Morsman?
Me and my big man. We could have used his help out.
Oh!
the screams. Poor man. I was about to leave, but then I remember that you told me not to walk the moor alone at night. A coward's pose, I should have done what I
You
should.
did the right thing, Sir Henry. The Hound was after you.
Me?
Someone was wearing your overcoat and your scarf.
The ones I gave to Barrymore.
And to keep Solomon on the moor, yes.
So he died because of me.
No time for self-pity, Sir Henry. Stapleton has invited us to dinner tomorrow evening. You will accept.
I will.
Yes, you will.
And what of you two?
I don't know. Tell him we had to return to London suddenly.
We do? We do?
Things to do, people to see. Have Perkins drive you over. But tell Stapleton that after dinner, you'll be walking home across the moor.
But you said
You must trust us, Sir Henry. It will be your finest hour.
Spooky is as spooky does, Sir Henry.
Well, I don't like it, but I'll do as you say.
Spooky is as spooky does. Where did that come from?
I don't know, there's a lot of really weird stuff going down here.
Well, get a grip.
Okay, I've got it.
We've put Selden in the study for now. I'll contact the authorities in the morning. They'll come for his body.
I made up a room for you, Miss Holmes.
Thank you. That's very gracious of you.
That's quite the sound she makes. It's enough to wake the dead.
She's a hardy soul. She'll recover. Well, I'm off. Good night, everyone. I'll be back in the morning with those estate papers for you to sign, Henry.
Well, I guess... Okay. I'll show you to a room, Miss Holmes, since Barrymore's one too.
Wonderful work, Jenny. Get your sleep. Tomorrow's the big day.
Right this way.
Thank you.
I didn't. Poor Solom's horrible screams, and his lifeless body, and no teeth marks anywhere. Was there really a hound out on the moor? And what did Shirley have in mind for tomorrow night? I felt in the dark. Again. It's not easy being the sidekick. I'll tell you that.
Today's the big day.
Shirley, do you think Solomon is still in the study?
Of course he is, dear girl. He can't just get up and walk out the door. He's dead. It's true.
Is Mrs. Barrymore all right?
No time for pleasantries, Jenny. I must catch this morning's train to London. All done with watching. Keep an eye on Sir Henry and no sneaking across the moor.
Oh, well, who do you think did it? Dr. Mortimer? She's the legal beagle type, right? She could forge everything. With Sir Henry gone, she could have it all.
Patience, patience.
And I know the Barrymore does make a nice cup of tea and all, but Barrymore does have a full black beard, and if Sir Henry doesn't actually live here, then the Barrymores have the whole place to themselves. And Mrs. Barrymore's screams are a bit much, don't you think? See what I mean?
Soon, Jenny, all will be revealed.
Oh, you always say that, then you don't reveal zilch. I'm the one doing all the heavy lifting out here. All you do is play dress up on the moor.
Oh, play dress up on the moor. Well done. Just wait till I tell you about your perfume. Meet me at Stapleton's house tonight, Jenny. 9 o'clock. Don't be there. And don't be late. Tell Barrymore!
Shirley, I spent most of the day sulking and waiting for 9 o'clock to come around. So Henry had his nose buried in Sir Charles' financial letters. I could tell something horrible was going to happen tonight, but thrilling too. I couldn't wait. Stay in the shadows. Get my bearings. When all of a sudden...
Jenny, over here!
Shelley, is that you?
Yes, hush. I brought Lestrade.
Oh, hi, Victoria. Good to see you.
I'm filling in for dear old Dad. He's got the flu. Lucky me. Uncle Sherlock uses Lestrade's detective agency all the time when he needs backup. I'm ready. Can't wait. What's the plan for the wedding? Down, girl. Easy. Do as I say, or catch ourselves a dastardly devil. Ready, everyone? Ready. Jenny, peek into the window and see what you can see. What do you see?
Stapleton's. Sir Henry is with them. They finished eating dinner. Stapleton's gesturing and I was laughing. Wait a minute. He's getting to his feet. He's going to leave the house.
I'll be right back. I forgot to lock the bundle.
He's got a small key. And unlocking a barn door. He's got a package with him. Wait a minute. I hear something.
What do you hear?
Growling sounds?
Growling sounds? I don't like growling sounds.
He's coming back.
Excellent work, Jenny. Dinner for me.
Yes, but look at that. A white fog was fast approaching. Dense, woolly-looking thing that ate up half the moor and curled itself around the corners of the house and rolled its way up the walls.
This is creepy stuff, Holmes. You can't even see the house anymore. Sir Henry's got to leave soon or we'll lose him in this fog. To high ground, hurry! No, get ready! Ready for what? Was this not the plan? I don't think I like this.
Sir Henry! Are you alright? My arm. It was painted around its face and its eyes. Intended to find the moonlight, I suppose.
Absolutely terrifying. You all saved my life, though.
Only after putting it in grave danger. I didn't count on the fog.
Or my revolver jamming. So very sorry, Sir Henry.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. An excellent adventure, ladies. Whoa!
She's a bit okay. A doctor water! Jenny's a bit.
Yes, I'm fine now.
Jenny got a good shot or two. It may have wounded the beast.
Yes, it was huge. Huge gargantuous beast. Leapt out of the fog.
Quickly! What's his arm? I need to get it back to Baskervilles.
Come with me. I'll be all right.
With that coward Stapleton.
He must have seen us fighting for our lives. He's out there somewhere. Lurking.
Out in any time you're ready, Shirley.
Now, we'll get Jenny cleaned up. Then we'll go up to Stapleton. Ready, everyone?
see Shelley, she was magnificent. And then, did you see it? I jumped on that thing myself. I would never live that beast had eaten Shelley for dinner.
A dreadful night. For both boys, darling. What a beast.
So Stapleton all along. The bony beard, the nasty letter. Oh, what a fiendish man.
Yes, it was I all along, and I have been a little nasty too, I admit.
He has a gun.
Is everyone? Put the revolver down, Mr. Stapleton. Don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh, but I do very much.
I tried to make him listen to reason, but he wouldn't stop. He's ill. He needs special help.
I heard him shot. He shot someone. You all right?
Why is this woman calling you John, darling? John, darling.
Your brother, Miss Stapleton, has proposed to me, and I have accepted.
Propose? My brother? Well, you can just unaccept his proposal. John, darling, is not my brother. He's my husband. It just gets better and better.
I want what is rightfully mine. The money, the land, everything that is mine. I did what I had to do.
I am the last of the Baskervilles, you nutcase!
Not really, Sir Henry.
What?
You both are Hugo's descendants. There! Don't you see it? The forehead, the brow.
I think.
Get that up front very well, Alice.
See if you cover Sir Hugo's beard and all the hair on top.
And if you squint your eyes real tight. Yes, those same thin, sneering lips.
And those cold, intolerant eyes.
Oh, come on.
Shelley, I think the light's better over here.
Thank you. Won't you step into the light, Mr. Stapleton?
Oh, well.
John, watch out for him! Oh, no, hurt him, please! Yes, hurt him all you want.
Oh, madness. Does anyone else know what's going on around here?
Actually, I do. Right, everyone? Here's the wrap-up. When Jenny was here at Baskerville Hall,
Slugging the murky moor all by myself.
Jenny? I knew that if we both arrived, the villain would never show his face. So, I went to the British Museum instead. Day after day, I examined old letters, business records, passenger ship records, and your Reaper! Your real name is not John Stapleton.
It's not.
It's Roger Baskerville, the abandoned son of poor Sir Charles's younger brother.
You mean the sinister Doctor's younger brother mentioned briefly by Dr. Mortimer at the beginning, but so long ago that everyone has completely forgotten?
Very same. Who grew up in Costa Rica, married Miss Stapleton, and was hired in northern England as a schoolmaster to teach etymology. Yeah, I know. But there's more. I took a train up to northern England and discovered that the very same school had been robbed of all its money 3 years ago.
No.
Yes. And the next day, Professor Buggy here and his wife mysteriously disappeared. I put 2 and 5 together. 7. And 10 days later, they bought the little cottage near Baskerville Hall to see what they could see.
And what they saw was Sir Charles holding in money. You snotty little weasel.
He was old and frail, had a bad heart. All I had to do was to get him.
He fell in love with me, so I could lure him into the moor with the awful dogwood.
But Miss Stapleton refused to help her obsessed husband.
So he found me.
Oh,
He looked so kind, so understanding, so gentle. I told John about my husband's debts, and he suggested I write Sir Charles a letter seeking his assistance. But after I sent the letter, John appeared at my door and said he should be the one to help me instead of Sir Charles. That he wanted to marry me and take care of me for the rest of our lives. That's right.
cake that night, didn't you, Mr. Stapleton?
You, that awful beast you tortured.
It got the job done. Everyone was too afraid that the curse wasn't real.
Okay, what about the legend then?
Sir Hugo was known for mistreating his hounds. In the misty moor, they mauled him to death. Roger here has done something similar.
Okay, fine. But then how did the beast know to go for me?
I bet you know you've been watching closely.
The pair of boots you lost, Sir Henry? Stapleton stole them from your hotel room while you were in London. He had to have something with your scent on it. And so he took the boots out to the Hound in the barn after he excused himself after dinner.
Just like my scarf and my overcoat used to break down for seven.
Fascinating account, Miss Holmes. Your uncle would be most proud.
And Dr. Watson as well, eh? Couldn't have done it without you, Jenny.
Thank you. What about my perfume?
All right. So what are we going to do about the Stapletons?
Time down for the night I should play. We'll take these to the police in the morning.
Forgive me, Sir Henry. I was afraid John would harm me if I didn't help him. That's why I wanted you to leave. John's insane. He's...
Roger Baskerville had made the curse, the Hound of the Baskervilles, come alive. I've heard enough howling sounds to last me a lifetime. And we're on the heels of our first case ever, and we just finished university exams. How can you be bored?
Maybe we should take the Bluebell case?
The glow in the dark bunny. Are you joking, Shirley? You said it was a waste of time.
I know I did, but if anyone is going to solve it, it's going to be...
Home at last!
I think you mean back to work, my dear Watson.
Do you think the girls are home?
Of course they are. Can't you smell Jenny's perfume?
No. How are you?
Wonderful, just wonderful.
Good to see you both in
Oh, wait till you hear everything you've done.
Wait.
Oh, no.
What have you done?
It was Shirley's idea.
No, it was Jenny's idea. Besides, we're gone for 2 months. What did you expect?
You cleaned.
It was quite considerable for living.
Moved my books.
Oh, we have to study.
My skeleton.
Research.
My chair.
your holiday?
Oh, well, I wouldn't call it much of a holiday. You see, Sherlock took on a series of 3 cases.
Only 3.
Well, of course. What else would you do?
Yes. Well, there was that business in Surrey with the speckled band.
Some family drama and a bit of a swamp had it.
Then we settled in Rome for a week of actual rest, before getting pulled back over to Berkshire for the adventure of the engineer's fun.
You don't want to know.
Then we solved the case of the dancing men in Norfolk, and were just heading to Switzerland to visit the Reichenbach Falls.
But we thought it wise to visit another time.
Anyway, what have you two been up to while we were away?
Isn't it obvious? They've only just gotten back.
What's this?
They've barely unpacked. Jenny's been writing a manuscript furiously, which means they got up to some exciting business. Shirley has a look of a bloodthirsty detective, one which I know all too well myself, which only confirms the exciting adventure, which means they could not have had all that fun in 221B.
Excellent deduction, Uncle Sherlock.
Elementary, my dear what? My dear niece.
Oh, we took up this case in Devonshire. The Hound of the Baskervilles.
You're kidding! The Hound of the Baskervilles? Isn't that the case you were going to take, Holmes? I believe it was a Dr. Mortimer that wrote to you?
I was getting to it. I recall believing it not to be worth my attention at the time. Curses and legends and gigantic ghost towns. Well, aren't you going to tell us all about it?
Let me make a splitting. It's best if I start at the beginning.